You are listening to Beyond the Shore podcast. This is a conversation for leaders, dreamers, innovators, and world changers. Welcome to episode 2 of Beyond the Shore podcast. This is your host, Matt Leach, with my guy, Kels Johnson.
What's up?
And we're back, man.
We're back.
Episode 2 already, man. Jeez. I mean, we talked a little bit in episode 1 about how it just got here so quickly. We were discussing vision for it for, a month or two. But yeah, man, they're coming quick now. So season 1, episode 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess we're just starting this off with music. Kels and I feel like Kels probably more than me. We enjoy that these artists, these musicians lean into or stir up, a little bit of controversy or introduce a new perspective, or with their with these albums or with these new ideas, innovative ideas. Again,
right.
We're all about and supporting innovation here. We love that artists are doing that, and it creates conversation and it creates healthy dialogue and dialect back and forth between people. To shift gears here, I mean, Kanye and the stem player. He's always on another level, a new level, a next on the cutting edge of something else.
He's an innovator. He's
Perfect.
a world changer.
He really is. In this, I guess I was about to say, especially in the music industry, but it's a little bit more, or it's not a little, it's beyond that. It's beyond that.
That was Kanye's frustration.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
If you go back and listen to what he was saying, his frustration was, y'all are trying to box me in to just being, it started off with just being a producer. Now I'm just a rapper. And he's like, I'm not just anything.
Yeah.
You cannot box me in. I'm an innovator.
Yep.
I'm not looking at just making the latest beats. I'm not looking at just dropping the latest rhymes. I want to drop the latest fashion. I want to build sustainable housing. Like he wants to recreate and redefine how we look and experience the world.
Yep.
Dude is an innovator.
Yeah. Yep. And it was, I mean, I kept thinking it was eye-opening for my wife and I to watch that 3-part documentary on Netflix. Incredible. I felt like everything you just said.
Mr. West.
Yep. Speaking directly to you.
Mr. Kanye West. I don't know if you'll ever watch this podcast.
Yeah, I think.
But if you decide to want to invest in Beyond the Shore, the River Network, whatever you'd like to do,
hit us up.
We're just trying to be innovators like you. You know what I'm saying? I've got some big dreams that I want to tell you about. Holla at your boy.
Well, for real, everything you said, so true. Man, and so with this stem player, you probably know more about it than me. What was the specific controversy that came with it, him releasing this?
So, it's 2 controversies. Controversy number 1, Kanye it was his latest album.
Yep.
He drops this thing called the stem player. Controversy number 1, it's an actual product. Mm-hmm. He doesn't drop it online. Right. It's an actual product, an iPod style product. We're in the digital age. Why are you dropping a physical product is what some people are thinking.
Right, exactly. That was an immediate reaction.
Kanye's like, I don't care.
Yeah. Does that matter to me? That's always been his,
He doesn't care. He's going to do his own thing.
Yeah.
Controversial thing number 2, he charges $200 for the thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody's been used to basically getting it for free because you pay $10 a month for Spotify or Apple Music, and you can listen to whatever as many times as you want to.
Yeah.
Controversial thing number 3, he drops his own physical product. He charges $200 for the physical product. Then number 3, he does all of that before. I don't even think he released it.
I don't think he did. That was a part
online.
Of it. No, that was I was about to say. So then everybody was up in arms because he didn't release down to 2.
Down to 2.
Yep.
He didn't release it online.
Yep. Didn't release it.
So he bucked the market system.
Yep. He's always going to do it his way.
He doesn't care.
No,
he doesn't care about your system.
Yep. And that's where I again, this is just my own opinion, but that's where it felt like, or it feels like the true visionary, true artist side comes out of him, the creative comes out of him, because he really believes in his own vision for that. For if it's a product he's creating, if it's music he's creating, he wants to do it the way he wants to do it because he really believes in that.
He believes in that.
And I appreciate that. You know what I mean? For all the controversy that does come with it, you could talk right or wrongs all day, but I appreciate that. That aspect of him. He really leans into it and believes in himself that much.
You will not control how he does whatever he wants to do.
Yep.
And that's what he told the industry with Donda too.
Yeah.
He told the industry and the consumer.
Yeah. Right. Which that was where it was different for consumers. They're like, wait, you. Wait a sec now.
We run this. He's like, nah.
Yeah.
I create. You consume.
Yeah.
You move off of my level and schedule of creativity. You know who else does that? Jerry.
Jerry does do that.
Jerry went in, he bucked the system. He doesn't release with everybody else's seasons. He does it with his own creativity.
Yep.
And he's not trying to please anybody else. And so because Kanye took this risk, he didn't receive a Grammy.
Right.
And he was looked at by some people as selfish. He released a physical product, didn't release it digitally, and he charged $200 for it. And people are like, why would you charge $200?
Sure.
For a blah, 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 blah. And the second I heard people say that, I was like, you don't understand. You don't understand.
Right.
And then it made me ask myself this question. How much are you worth? How much are you worth?
Yeah.
What Kanye said is my album is worth $200.
Yeah, wow.
It's worth $200.
Yep.
Worth is not determined by the consumer. Worth is determined by how much the producer believes that it is worth.
Right.
The consumer will pay or not pay. That doesn't determine worth.
Yep. And you see this in fashion a lot too.
Yeah, you see it in fashion.
You mentioned Jerry, and you have a lot of other people charging heavy amounts of, substantial.
$200.
Yeah, or you get into the thousands and stuff like that with different galleries, different releases. But all of that is not only do they believe it's worth it, but the material used, the material to, invested in, the money spent to create it, invested that they, you could probably go on this forever. But you have to, we're going down a whole trail.
Let's go down that trail because I don't think people actually understand how much it costs to produce quality.
Yep.
You're talking about paying $200 for an album. As a starting artist, I can't even get a studio session for $200.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. It's a great point.
To record the album. My computer doesn't cost $200. You know what costs $200 as an independent artist? The software.
Maybe.
The bottom of the barrel software. Look it up right now. Logic.
Yeah.
Which is one of the premier recording softwares that artists use just to get in the game is $199.
Yep. Just looked it up. Facts.
That's not mixing. That's not mastering. That's not microphones. That's not plugins. That's not anything. That's the software. And you're upset about paying $200. So what Kanye told us is I'm worth $200 because I invested far beyond $200.
That's great. Yeah. Great.
The average cost for an independent artist to put out a good album is upwards of $10,000.
Jeez.
So they don't even make that back.
Right. That's what I was just about to say. Just go. I mean, I guess you have.
Let me look this up
different
right
deals
now.
with
how much
record labels and Spotify and all that.
Does an artist get per stream? How much does an artist get paid?
Yeah, that's
per
the
stream?
real question, probably, right?
Let's look at this. They get paid 33 cents to 54 cents per stream.
And it's great if you're Harry Styles or someone like that, but
if you're
if you're trying to make it,
dude, you're not making no money.
Right. Man,
you're not making no money.
It's just grind. It's a true grind.
So the question is, how much are you worth?
So that's a great topic. Maybe we should just keep going into.
Yeah.
How much are you worth? We just focused on that this episode. And not only are we discussing that for artists, for fashion designers, for entrepreneurs, anything like that, but for people themselves, how do this this definition of self-worth?
Yep.
Or how much should my hard work at my job be valued? Talk about that a little bit, basically. And I feel like that's such a thing people struggle with, wrestle with. We just talked about for 15 minutes, like people have so many varying opinions about.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that question can only be answered by you.
Yeah.
You teach people how much you're worth. And people will only treat you how you teach them or how you allow them to. And I think where this generation has gone wrong is we've allowed our self-worth to be valued by superficial things, artificial things.
Yeah.
Likes
I would agree with that.
and comments are artificial. They don't really exist. I can buy 1,000 likes per post.
Yes, sir.
And make you believe something about me that is actually not true.
Man. Yeah.
So essentially what you're saying is I'm only worth artificial appreciation.
Right. Which again, like you said, artificial. So it's not real.
It's not real.
It's not even real. It reminds me of, I talked about it a little bit on the first episode, but again, just there were so many amazing things that happened this weekend in Kansas City at the Send, and Christine Kane was one of the speakers.
Yeah.
And one of her 15-minute segments that she got up on stage and preached for a little bit, talked all about, and this is, I feel like, a little bit on her heart, or at least currently on her heart, to speak to and preach to the next generation. Yeah. She talked all about, and you and I have talked about before, it's your worth doesn't get defined in any of those likes, those comments, the posts, whatever. She's like, what are you doing? Are you getting on your knees before the Lord and letting him tell you who you are and how much you're worth and who you are in him?
Honestly, I appreciate that she said that. And I love Christine Kane.
Yeah.
She's my girl.
Yep.
Like,
she's awesome.
We will be interviewing Christine Kane on the Beyond the Shore podcast.
Talk about it.
Because she's taking down sex trafficking.
Yeah, she is.
Single-handedly.
Insane.
But I want to take it a step further.
Yeah.
I don't even think God needs to tell you anything anymore. He showed you.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
That's on awesome, the cross, man. You were worth dying for. You were worth resurrecting for. Like, that's how much you're actually worth.
Wow. Yeah.
And when you think about it like that, it's like, how much more do I actually want him to do? Mm-hmm. Like, he did the thing.
Yeah. And why do you think people are so, I guess because it could be because of culture, but why do you think people are so insecure about that fact or unaware of that fact, or we forget that all the time? And so then since we forget it, there's so much we live out of insecurity. I mean, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to all of us. I feel like struggle with it. And you said my generation and younger, we struggle with that so much.
Because it doesn't seem tangible.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not something that I can flash around. It's something that I have to be secure in. But we are only secure in things we can flash around.
Oh, wow.
Because it's a false perception of success. And I think if we're ever going to get past that, we have to get back to things that are substantive, not flashy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Flashy fades.
Yep.
Substance remains. Buildings get old, they get dilapidated. They don't look as shiny as they did once you first build them. But you know what sustains? The foundation. The thing that it was built on. And because we haven't built our foundation or our worth on anything of substance, anytime something moves, we're shaken. Anytime something shifts, awesome. We're broken.
That's awesome.
Anytime the algorithm shuts down, all of a sudden my value has shut down.
Yep. I can't post this flashy thing.
I can't post a flashy thing because it doesn't work anymore. So now the thing that I wanted to create it's like, no.
Yeah. That's so true.
No.
Man. So true.
That's never how it was designed to be.
Yeah.
And we've allowed social media and culture and influencer whatever to become the driving force behind why we do anything. And all of that's shifty.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Zero foundation.
It doesn't last.
Yeah. I mean, to take it a step further, I know we're running out of time here slowly, but I mean, what do you think that looks like as far as setting that foundation, or what to get practical? What are some of the practical ways maybe we can set that foundation so then we have a foundation, and then take it all the way back to you actually do know how much you're worth, and that foundation is never shaken then, and you're never rattled no matter how many things change in your life, because things are. So
look at what's real. Look at what actually is moving the needle in your life. For me, my anchor is always going to be my faith. God is so real to me and so tangible to me that he's already defined everything that I ever need. But then coupled with that, my family, my desire to leave a legacy. Like, there are things that are in my life that are unshakable. Let's just boil it down to this. Know God, know your purpose.
that's great.
That's it. It's that simple. Know God and know your purpose.
And a little caveat to that, I feel like when you were just talking, that I thought of is that takes work. I feel like we need to stress that, you know?
Yes.
It takes work.
Nothing of substance comes without it.
Talk about that. Like just talk, like, you know, or stress that, but that needs to be stressed here, because I feel like we can say that and we'll people like, well, you know, all right, like, thanks for preaching at me. I get that. But no, we're not saying that's an easy thing. Like, that takes work that you have to put in.
Yes.
Man.
It's instant gratification that we have to break down.
Yeah.
We are the only thing in nature that wants instant gratification. A caterpillar doesn't want instant gratification. An acorn doesn't want instant gratification. A sunflower seed doesn't want instant gratification. Elephants don't want instant gratification. We're the only thing that wants to have instant gratification, and we're the most miserable thing.
Yep.
Because we think it needs to move like this, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
It does not. How much are you worth depends on how long you're willing to be developed.
Oh, wow. That's it. Like,
we're not paying $200 for Kanye to drop a stem player. We're paying $200 because Kanye had to come from the south side of Chicago, get out of the hood, learn how to make, he made beats, thousands of beats in one summer, every day. You're not paying $200 for a stem player. You're paying $200 for what his mind, his body, his emotion, his will had to go through.
That's so great.
You can go get an Acura right now for $40,000.
Yep.
And that thing took a week to make. But you will not ever get a Phantom or a Bentley for $40,000. It's going to cost you $200,000. Why? Because that Phantom, that Rolls Royce, took 9 months to make. Wow. One Rolls Royce takes 9 months to make. And so I think if we're going to, if you're going to start setting your value, how much time are you willing to go through development? Wow.
I love that, man. Love that. I thought this was going to be How Much Are You Worth, this title of this, but we might change it now. No, but man, that is awesome. I think we'll end there because we could continue that, but man, thanks for talking about it. Thanks for diving into it.
Thanks for keeping us on time, because I'll be ready to go. And we got a challenge to keep this thing at least 30 minutes.
Right around. It's our kind of our
35
goal.
Max.
Yeah. But man, thanks again. I love that we're diving into the hard topics.
So if they didn't watch the last episode, I would encourage you to go back, watch, listen, all of the things of the last episode, and listen all the way to the end.
boy.
Because we dropped a challenge on there.
We did.
And
that's all we'll say.
It has to do with one of our pillars.
Yes.
Here at the Beyond the Shore.
Yeah.
Podcast.
So you'll hear us refer a lot to these pillars, and we'll probably try to slowly unravel them. But pillars 1 and 2 we touched on in the first episode of Beyond the Shore.
Pillar 1 is why is more important than how.
Yep.
Pillar 2 is do the scary thing.
Do the scary
Not
thing.
in any particular order. They're just...
That's fine. Yep. That's great. Great point. But I feel like we kind of leaned into more like pillar 2 this episode of just, we had some harder conversations or some what people consider controversial, but you and I necessarily don't if you're, again, rock solid on your foundation. But all right, we're going back into it.
We'll be right back in there, Joey.
But if you're joining us, guys, on YouTube, thank you for watching and listening. Engage with us in the comments. Leave us comments about what you're enjoying, what you're not enjoying, or honest, any honest feedback is appreciated. And then if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast, please feel free to leave us a 5-star review, honest feedback again, and comments, and leave us ratings, guys. We want to hear what you're enjoying. So
yeah,
appreciate it, guys, as always, and we will catch you next episode.
All right, peace.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's content. Listen, hit the subscribe button so you are a part of the family. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video coming from the river. Listen, if you enjoyed this content and want to see more like it, head over to the channel and watch any of our videos, and we hope it encourages you on your journey. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. This is The River.